Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome welcome cross watchers, and if you're new to the channel, happy to have you join us. Let's see what's going on. What's today? We are moving. We've already got Mercury in the sign of Scorpio right now. So that means perceptions, communication, ideations, all things of the mind might tick up in intensity a bit. But good, get into the deep nitty gritty. Nothing wrong with that. And then on the 13th, we have Venus moving into Libra, which is one of the signs she rules. It'll be really nice energy in a few days. So I'm going to pull from Faded Love Oracle, just a little teeny tiny deck with just a few cards. I think there's 13 of them, of course. Let's see your message. Ooh. Release desire to control. And there are all kinds of messages in here, from real, flowery to, cut the cord stuff. So this says, let go of grasping and clinging. Instead of trying to force a situation into a desired outcome, allow the divine the space to work. Controlling behavior can destroy the beauty and good in your life. Avoid both controlling others and being controlled yourself. Okay, so we're looking at themes of control. That can be a little scorpionic at times. I find Scorpio energy to be less about control than, like, let's say Capricorn. Okay, because Capricorn has their ambitions and nothing's going to get in the way. Scorpio is the deep dive. And sometimes we have the tendency to want to control the moving pieces because we're getting into the depths of things. And as we sort of go deep below the water's surface, we want to make sure everything's in place so that we don't drown. It's a different type of control, if that helps. Whether you're here as the Scorpio energy or you're here as a cross watcher, that might be useful to some of you. Okay, I'm pulling the one of my many Twin Flame Soulmate spreads, but this is the one where we look at your respective energies and your blocks. And then the relationship, divine message, and opportunities going forward. So let's close out this series of readings with Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Remember, it's general, not private or personal, so you just got to take what resonates for you, leave the rest. And energies can come through reversed, especially if you're here as a cross watcher. That's perfectly normal. Okay, so your energy coming in with Magician. Ooh, nice. What's the block? Four of Swords. So there's something here. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Got distracted by the way the light is hitting this desk. I can see my cat went across. Okay, there's something here that you are sort of summoning the mastery for. You might be trying to manifest something and you really need all those aces. Right, he's got the Ace of Wands, the Cups there, the Pentacle, the Swords right there, right? All the aces there, all the elements available. But it takes a sense of mastery to be able to kind of pull off what it is you're trying to bring into your life or into your connection, if that's the case. And where you're blocked is, it can be around healing. I might know that better when I get deeper into the spread, but I'm not feeling that yet. I'm feeling like there's something that you're missing that requires the depth of thought and reflection. And Mercury, just having moved into the sign of Scorpio, may help with this. So this block may be exceedingly temporary. For your person, that's nice. Ace of Cups. And what's their block? King of Cups. That's Scorpio. Okay, so for those of you who are here as cross watchers, ding, 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 we have a winner. Yeah, this is somebody that can see the value, the gift that is this sacred love that you have or that they feel for you, but it's hard. Where do they go with it? King of Cups often is like a man alone on an island there. You can see there's water surrounding him. He's just kind of on his throne, floating out there. And it's often the case with Scorpio's emotional communication. That's the struggle, because the feelings are so deep and so intense that words almost fail it, right? Especially if you have someone coming in here with this ace. And it's, how do I do this justice? How do I find the right words? There aren't words to describe what I feel. It's that deep. And because of that, sometimes the other person senses it as emotional distance or unavailability. Not really the case. Ooh. For the connection, we have Temperance. Yeah, there is a energy here with Temperance about kind of, going with the flow and controlling your own impulses. And so there's a nice feeling there to say, operate from the higher spiritual wisdom in this connection, in this relationship. There's something really valuable here that in time, when all the energies come into flow and balance, it will rise to the surface. So I like that. It's also a card of patience, right? The divine message, wow. Okay. So we're talking maybe about here something that's moving towards, or that you're manifesting some up-leveled aspect of the connection that feels more committed, where you're sort of moving into that next realm of two people that really honor and value the commitment you share with one another. Doesn't have to be a marriage, but of course this card always sort of leans in that direction. But it's about your beliefs around what commitment is. Do you have to be married, or can you just say, look, we're committed to each other, which means I'm going to honor you. I'm going to put you first when you need to be put first. I'm going to do that. That doesn't mean you take a back seat or that you're a doormat. It's the commitment is that if there's something happening here and you need me to be front and center for you, that's what I mean by that. It's the vows we make and take and our responsibilities and obligations to them. That's what this card is about. So there's a message coming through from Spirit around that, and the opportunity, yeah, my goodness, Scorpio. Remember last reading, for those of you who follow me for a while, and thank you very much for those who do. Last reading 2 weeks ago was You're the One, and it's freaking them out. I feel like I'm back in that reading a little bit, but like the next chapter, because there's something really beautiful here, like a dream becoming true, a wish being granted. And the star is talking about having that faith in the universe, to trust in the universe that it has your back and will bring you an energy that is hopeful and positive and beyond your wildest dreams. Okay, I like that. So that's our overall storyline. Let's jump in and see where this takes us. So for you, Magician. Three of Pentacles, Hermit, Six of Wands, Yeah, you're wanting to kind of bring about this energy of cooperation, co-creation. What are we building together? If there's a need for some kind of middle, like meeting in the middle, that Six of Wands can be talking about. The Six of Wands is also a victory card. So whatever it is you're trying to manifest, it's like, I want to, be victorious. And the Hermit there is your wisdom, is your own, what you gain from all the personal growth that you do, for yourself, by yourself. It's a very solitary energy, but from the wisdom, we kind of become the guide, right? Those of us that are doing the deep work consistently for ourselves, right? Doing shadow work or doing inner child work or doing self-love work or whatever work we're doing work to be more independent and autonomous and less enmeshed and needy, whatever it is. I'm just throwing things against the wall here. Grab what speaks to you. That's what, the Hermit is bringing to the situation, is the wisdom you've gained so that you're now more the guide. So there's a little part of manifestation here, and there's a part of holding up the lantern and lighting the path towards something cooperative, co-creative, where you're both on the same page, because you're maybe meeting halfway, making concessions, a little compromise. That was the word I was searching for. But in your block, let's see that Four of Swords. Eight of Wands, Justice, Ten of Cups. Your block here has to do with some communication, which is fine because you need to kind of go to ground first in order for the path to clear a bit so that you know what you want to say. So I'm seeing the Four of Swords as a perception card. And Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio, so it makes sense that it requires deep thought, deep reflection, reviewing, reevaluating, reassessing, realigning, all those things before any kind of communication is going to come through clearly. And you know how we say, make it make sense. It's like that. You can't make it make sense to this person unless or until you've gone deep and have zeroed in on exactly what the points are. And with Justice here, like I said, Venus moving into Libra, there is this emphasis on the balance and the fairness, an emphasis on what's going to serve this connection in the most harmonious way. How can I communicate something in a way that feels fair, that feels non-judgmental, that feels like everybody is being heard and has their needs, wants, wishes considered, even their aversions considered, if you will. Ten of Cups, because that's where the happiness lives. Happiness lives when everything kind of is put against a backdrop of what is going to bring harmony to this connection. And harmony usually comes from people feeling that they don't have to make themselves small. They don't have to censor themselves. They don't have to fear being judged for their own thoughts and feelings and desires and wishes and wants or lack thereof. So I feel like your block is that you haven't kind of taken the deeper dive. So once you do, and maybe you're saying to yourself, oh no, I've been taking a deeper dive, and go deeper. It can't hurt no damn buddy. Go deeper. Your person coming in with the Ace of Cups. Seven of Pentacles, Three of Swords, there's the clue, and the Two of Swords. I'm going to pull for this King of Cups because now I'm seeing a thing. Wow. Knight of Swords, Four of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Well, this person is unconsciously at a crossroads. They're kind of making decisions here. This room today is giving me a headache. There was an ant crawling. Like, whoa, there's nothing in here. Okay, so because we have this Three of Swords, this person is really sort of aware of the gift of the love that they have for you, that you have for them. They're seeing you as the one. That was your last reading. But there's something that they're wanting to kind of watch play out, right? Like the Seven of Pentacles to me here, especially with the Three of Swords on it, is I want to see this evolve more organically, right? Just because they're coming in and recognizing, as in the reading 2 weeks ago, that you're the one, which totally freaked them out in that reading. Now they're kind of like, all right, let's see how it keeps unfolding, because they're very conscious. This is from the top of the deck, very conscious about the potential for them to get badly hurt. When you love that deeply, it goes without saying. The pain would be more if something were to fall apart, or, you know, you hit a speed bump and you both derail, whatever. And so the Two of Swords is like, they're aware that they're coming to a crossroads. They will likely have a decision to make about how they're going to, you know, approach or retreat. In the block, we have the King of Cups clarified by the Knight of Swords. That's Gemini, okay? Gemini is fast-moving energy. It's like they have multiple thoughts running all at the same time, a sense of urgency to clear the air of any misunderstandings, to make sure that they are understood or that they understand you. There is that, you know, knights make offers, and for this it's an offer of truth, honesty, clarity, insight, all of it all mashed together. But it's real fast moving, and this King of Cups, not fast moving. So there is this sort of potential sense of this person might miss a good opportunity. Yeah, the Four of Cups can be, you know, sadness, disillusionment, disappointment, all of that, but it's landing on this Knight of Swords. And here we have the King of Cups, and you know how I'm saying to you that this person wants to sort of see how things unfold more organically. They're kind of, you know, that's a pacing thing. They're slowing things down. They're trying to be very patient to see what grows, because the motivation for that is their concerns about getting hurt. Doesn't mean they've been hurt by you before, but they've probably been hurt in love before. And so that makes them very, you know, very conscious of how things unfold. Okay. And here they're wanting to race in, and yet they're blocked. Okay. This King of Cups is blocking that fast moving energy of the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords concern is this Four of Cups, which is, if I don't speak now, I could lose a good opportunity here. That ace is being handed to them by Spirit. There it comes, there it comes, there it comes, right into the field of vision. And where are they looking? At 3 empty cups. And that's the distraction. And this person is consciously aware that they could miss a good thing if they don't act more swiftly. But the King of Cups is holding them back. underneath it all, we have the Three of Wands. So in unconscious awareness, I'm getting the energy of anticipation, a little manifestation, something being manifested as well. It's part of the wait and see of the Seven of Pentacles. We'll wait and see what comes toward me before I, lurch out there. So the King of Cups is tempering this person's impulses. And that's what makes it a block, because there is something that they have to say. There is something they want to share, all the verbal blah, blah, blah. And sometimes the Knight of Swords gets out over his skis. And I feel like this person is kind of pulling all that back, saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going to wait and see how this unfolds. Yeah, but we could miss a good thing. We could lose our opportunity, says the Knight of Swords, with that Four of Cups there. No. If something's good is coming our way, we'll be ready for it. We'll be ready for it. I am feeling a lot of Gemini in whoever this is on some level. Whether they have it in their chart or not, there could be an aspect in the house that Gemini rules in their chart. There's something here where they've got the little angel devil, right? They've got like, I got to do this, I got to say this, and the other one, no. Like the twin of Gemini is the twins, right? It's like, calm down, we'll get there. We're gonna be mature about this. And the other half of this person is not having it, but isn't winning the fight. So in the connection, we have Temperance, Lovers, Three of Cups, Hanged Man. So the good news is in the connection, we have real beautiful energy. That's the choosing each other of your own free will, unencumbered, in a headspace of this is something sacred, right? It's something. Oh, and by the way, Lovers is also Gemini. Just thought I'd add that in because I'm feeling the Gemini energy pretty strong. And the Three of Cups, there will be a cause for celebration if we just kind of go with the flow, right? And learn to control our impulses. You got the Release Desire to Control card, but that's a different energy, I think. That's controlling. This person is definitely controlling the pace. Whoever this is, whether they're the Scorpio or not, whoever this is definitely controlling the pace. Because I'm feeling the, gotta say it, gotta do it, gotta express it, right. And the other side is, wait, calm down. This is all, we're going to see where this goes, where this takes us. We don't want to get hurt now. And there's Temperance, which is also kind of a middle ground, kind of going with the flow as this choice is being made. And it brings in so much joy once it arrives. And the Hanged Man, to me, is coming through as then we surrender to it. Then we can kind of just melt into it. Hanged Man is Neptune. Neptune is great spirit and rules Pisces. It's all very amorphous and yummy. But you got to surrender to it. I am not feeling it. Sometimes, most times I see the Hanged Man as like a standstill, a temporary standstill. It can be that's part of the thing here, but more than anything, since it's from the bottom of the deck, I feel like as things unfold, kind of because we're going with the flow, we get a real satisfactory, joyful outcome, something really worth celebrating, and then we can surrender to the depth of the feeling. Right now, things are on a little bit of, tender hooks there. The divine message is the Hierophant. Four of Swords. Wow, that's your block card. There's the Strength card and the Page of Pentacles. One little baby step at a time. There's a lot to be learned here, says the Page of Pentacles. Maximum distractions today, guys. My apologies. Whew, yeah, so while you're here in this Four of Swords block, before you start communicating, obviously some of the deep thought has to be about commitment and overcoming anything that requires healing. Hello, Three of Swords. So I almost feel like Spirit's telling you this is going to be new for this person, or this is something that you're going to need to learn more about and take it one step at a time. Because there's something that needs to be overcome here, an obstacle, and it might involve some deep thought, reflection, but also healing. So you're carrying one part of it, they're carrying the other, especially if we're getting closer to something more committed. That's when you start to see that freak out I talked about 2 weeks ago. If you didn't catch that reading and this one is speaking to you, watch that one too. It was great. So I feel you're getting closer. I feel Spirit's giving you a great divine message here that there's a need for attention to whatever this Four of Swords obstacle is. It might be one thing for you and a different thing for this person. Got it? It may not speak to healing for you right now, but you might need to consider learning about that because it's presenting an obstacle for this person. Especially when we're talking about taking things to the next higher level or ascension in the relationship or moving to something more committed. Yeah. But you're definitely on the path. And then the opportunity is the Star. The Moon. Six of Cups. Nine of Cups. Good energies here, guys. You know, it's like when you don't really, when you can't see, when there's something you can't see, you have to trust that there's a greater plan, a bigger plan, and that the universe has your back. There's that Moon can often trigger a lot of fears, a lot of insecurities, a lot of apprehensions. And so you're being shown that this is a very special connection. It's got some past life influences to it. There's a lot of comfort in the connection, a sense of belonging, a sense of where you are is home for me, that you kind of both share. There's an ease to it when it's all, you know, firing on all cylinders. There's an ease to it. But that Moon is a rate limiting step because you either push through, right? Meaning like, all right, there is the unknown, but I'm not going to live in fear of it. I'm going to keep moving toward it. There is the type of fear that becomes paralyzing. So you want to be aware of that, as this may be happening here for this person. There's a fear that somebody might not be making the best decision or choice, so they waffle back and forth. I'm not seeing any of that right here, but I'm saying you want to consider all the ways that Moon can F with our heads. But the opportunity is to have faith that even though there are things you can't see, there's a lot of unknowns here. There's a lot of good in the connection. And when I see the Nine of Cups from the bottom of the deck, it's almost saying things are good. Allow that. Allow that to fortify you. Allow that to build you up. Take a freaking moment to stop and say, you know what? There's a lot that's good in this connection, even just as it is. There's so much good. And focus on that, because what you focus on is what you'll bring about, right? What you think about, you bring about. And that Nine of Cups is sort of that energy of, this is okay. This is good. This feels good. Because that's where you get the confidence to overcome the obstacles, to work through whatever healing or deep reflection is needed before we take things to the next step of something more committed. We have to address the elephant in the room. We have to address what needs to be healed, especially for this person, because they're aware of it. And they're using that potential to get hurt or past pain to modulate their forward motion. It makes them pull back on the reins, even though they want to come rushing toward you and clear it all up and make sure there's nothing left unsaid, right? I want to tell you how I feel. I want to tell you what my thoughts are. I want to tell you what I'm worried about. I want to tell you. And I want to make sure you understand, and I also want to understand you. That is the beauty of the Knight of Swords. And this person is saying, whoa, hold up. Let's just see where it goes. And that's coming from the moon. So, start by reflecting on what feels really good. And allow that to be the energy you put out there. Like, gosh, yeah, could it be more? Could we have more? Sure, but what we have is really good. It's good in this way, this way, this way, this way. Yeah, like that feels really good to me. I'm very comfortable. There's just an ease with this, a comfort, a warmth. Yeah. It can bring about miracles. The star can bring miracles, but you just have to operate from a place of trust, even though there are things you can't see. There's, known unknowns here. That star is sort of guiding you forward. It's the true north. So that's what I have for this part of the reading. And in the extended, I'm going to focus on this person's energy predominantly. So consider it like getting inside their head. We're going to look at how they perceive you, how they feel right now, whether it's how they feel about you or just in general, their intentions toward you, what they get from you, like what's the payoff, right? What's working, what's something that they receive from you that's really valuable to them. Their level of fulfillment in the physical space, right? Or chemistry or intimacy, whatever, language we need for you, because some of you may be at separation. So if you're at distance from each other, obviously you're going to have to rely on the chemistry and the intimacy of your communication for that part. But it's their level of fulfillment with that, and also where they think this is headed. And so the links for that are below. Link number 1 is the Scorpio monthly membership. The membership is a membership. It renews every month automatically, but you get 4 collections. So the full moon reading, full supermoon in Aries that I just did, which was a powerhouse moon, you can still watch that. That reading is for members only. So you got a full moon collection, a new moon collection, the Scorpio, of course, everything I've already uploaded, what this reading says, and then the extendeds to come. And the monthly energy updates. We're still early in the month. We're just now moving into week 2 of the month, and that's a reading that takes, the tarot spread takes it week by week. So not too late to jump in and see what's coming for you in week 2. That extended is there for you as well. And it's $1.12 more than the one-time purchase, which is the second link below that. It says one-time only purchase for this. And then we have the monthly, the All Access Pass, which is another membership, but it gives you access to everything. Just simply everything. All 12 zodiac, all of it. Okay, so I wanted to let you know, don't forget there is a hype feature now. If you haven't heard about that, If you click thumbs up on this video, it should pop up. Sometimes if it doesn't, in the comments box, you'll see 3 little dots at the top. Just swipe left. And if you can swipe left, the next little tab is the hype. And hype just tells the algorithm that you like the video. And you'll see a tumbler with points. It'll show you how many points the video has received so far. They've gamified it. I'm not into the gamification, but I am telling you it makes a difference. And so I want to thank those who have been hyping my videos and ask you to consider, if you haven't yet done so, that would be great. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe below. Thank you so much. Yeah, Scorpio, the last reading 2 weeks ago, your sign alone brought in, I want to say, I'm going to take the second to tell you, because it was absolutely crazy. Scorpio. Your sign alone. That one video brought in 364 new subscribers. I swear on my life, you guys blew it out. You made my month of September what it was. And I cannot thank you enough. So all of you new subscribers that joined from that last reading, this one is still connected to it. So carry on. Let me give you the astrology, and then we'll head to the extended. We've got Mercury here in the Magician, Virgo and Gemini. Virgo in the Hermit. We have Libra in the Justice card. We're in Libra season, so that feels kind of auspicious. King of Cups is associated with Scorpio. Knight of Swords is Gemini. Temperance is Sagittarius. More Gemini in the Lovers card. I told you I'm feeling the Gemini thing here. Hanged Man is Neptune, which rules Pisces. We've got the Hierophant is Taurus. Leo in our Strength card. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in the Page of Pentacles. The Star is Aquarian energy. The Moon is more Pisces. And then we have your beautiful oracle reminder, release desire to control. Like, don't choke the shit out of the rose there. He does it. And yeah, another powerhouse reading. I'm really excited for you to see how this all unfolds. Let's go see what your person, their take on it. I'm headed there now, so I'll see you in a second. Bye for now.